On December the 29th, South Africa became the first country to file a lawsuit against Israel and the International Court of Justice in The Hague, increasing international pressure on Tel Aviv to stop Israeli and relentless bombardment of Gaza, which has killed more than 22,000 civilians, including a significant number of children. Today, we have Adrienne Pine, professor in the Department of Anthropology and Social Change at the California Institute of Integral Studies, who has written numerous books and articles about U.S. imperialism, neoliberalism, and trauma. Good afternoon, Adrienne Pine.
Thank you so much for having me.
And over 100 social organizations and movements from all around the world have spread their support to South Africa case before the International Court of Justice. Why is it important that the international community unites to bat this case against Israel in the World Court?
Well, this coalition, which convened just actually days before South Africa submitted its case in front of the World Court on the genocide, invoking the Genocide Convention against Israel, is incredibly important. There's actually 300 organizations that have signed at this point since we issued the press release yesterday. And the importance of this is that this group is calling for social movements to call upon states of the world to issue what are called declarations of intervention. This is the legal mechanism to formally support the South African case of genocide against Israel in the World Court. Filing declarations of intervention puts tremendous pressure on the court, both to issue the correct, to issue the crime of genocide, and also to enforce it using the mechanisms that the United Nations has. So we're trying to get social movements to pressure their governments around the world to use this mechanism to end this genocide immediately.
And South Africa has accused Israel of committing a genocide in Gaza, a violation of the 1948 Genocide Convention, which defines genocide as acts committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. In your opinion, how will the International Court of Justice value this?
Well, in my opinion, South Africa has issued a very, very strong intervention. The case that they have is tremendously well documented, both in terms of detailing the specific war crimes and crimes of genocide that Israel has committed, but also in terms of clarifying the very obvious intent, the genocidal intent, in the dozens of public statements by Israeli officials who are responsible for this genocide. So it is our opinion in the coalition that even despite the fact that the current president of the World Court is formerly worked with the State Department and in fact was assigned to work on issues of Guantanamo Bay, so we do not see her as an ally in this, but despite that, the case is so strong that we believe there's no way that it can't win in the World Court. Nonetheless, we want to ensure that, and especially want to ensure that the finding is enforced.
And can this action before the International Court of Justice be a turning point for the escalating Israeli siege on the Palestinian people? We've seen that the UN is helpless in its attempt to call for a ceasefire that puts an end to the ongoing genocide. Will an increase of international pressure be able to force Israel to back down?
Well, the World Court is really the strongest international legal mechanism that there is. Absolutely, the UN has been toothless, unfortunately, so far, primarily because of the power that the United States controls in the Security Council. That said, I echo the argument of Lamis Dik, who's one of our coalition members and a Palestinian attorney who has been leading these efforts. She said that she does think it's a critical inflection point, that that massive global support for the implementation of this mechanism will really demonstrate once and for all to Israel, to the United States, and to their European allies that are supporting this genocide, that they are on the wrong side of history and that they cannot continue to act in the ways that they have been acting.
Thank you, Adrienne Pine, for your inputs on this topic, and we'll continue to closely follow what's happening in Gaza and in the National Court of Justice.